got to keep you waiting, House of Lord Corvus. If we don't keep you waiting, then there's no tension. You're not desperate for it. You're not chomping at the bit. Are you? So we've got to keep you waiting for a little bit. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday. It's actually not raining here for the moment. It's not supposed to rain here again until tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, supposedly. Not until tomorrow afternoon. So
let me check my weather app.
Doesn't trust me. Has to go check her own app. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday evening. If you haven't already, especially if you're new here, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go. So you finish that bit off. All right. Welcome back there, you wonderful humans. How are you all doing? Hope you're having a wonderful week. Poor old Mr. the Emperor's Lion is still in chat trying to be gifted a membership. He's still there. Oh, it's not supposed to be 106. It's supposed to be none. It's supposed to be a flat 0 right now. But the goal is actually relevant to the stream title. So, Games Workshop obviously dropped the rules for the individual data sheets a little while ago. But they did say they weren't going to update things like points monitor and field manual, etc. until after the World Championships. Now, we know the World Championships are finished because Joe's at home. And that's a good indicator. So the World Championships are done. Today, the app got updated, as did the website. They dropped new rules. They also have recently dropped some new lore. This is all around Ultramarines, their rule sets, their new units, and the narrative. We're going to look at some of that tonight. I'm going to read through the narrative very quickly with you people, because I haven't fully read it myself yet. But interestingly, what they announced on the preview show on Friday was that Captain Titus is taking control of the second company of Ultramarines, which is interesting because Captain Akaran was the captain of the second company of Ultramarines, but now he's dead. Spoilers. We'll go through the lore, right? We'll see how good or bad you think the lore is, right? And then we'll have a quick look at the rules. We know the rules already because we covered that on the previous stream. We can have a quick glance at the points for new Ultramarine stuff and specifically the new detachment, right? So we're going to go through that stuff tonight. Feel free to jump in with questions on super chats and stuff like that. You're more than welcome to do that. And you can make your opinion heard, or you can ask me a question, or whatever you want to do. You can tell me what your favourite sandwich filling is.
Coronation chicken.
I knew you'd say that.
Oh, it's coronation
At the
chicken.
moment, I've got a taste for a ploughman sandwich.
My favourite. I had a craving the other day for my favourite jacket potato filling.
Which is?
Which is sweet corn relish.
My favourite jacket potato filling is chicken curry.
Spicy or?
Oh, yeah.
What, really spicy?
Medium spicy is my favourite. I like really spicy, but I have to be in the mood for it. And I have to have already prepared and put the toilet roll in the fridge. So... Ramaclock, thank you for the one gifted, kicking us off. You wonderful human being. It would be utterly brilliant if we could get Mr. the Emperor's Lying a gifted membership. There's a few others that wanted it as well from last night. So, you know, gifteds are currently working well. Throw your members at me, please. They'll hit me like dried out hot dog sausages all across the face. So, I have got the article up here for Das Narrative. We can screen share it now. And we can have a look at the... egg and cress mayo. That's strong. Cheese, all cheese is good. I get it. I get it. Right, so 500 wells. How did Titus become the captain of the second company again? Captain Titus, obviously from the Space Marine 2 game. We saw some of his redemption arc during Space Marine 2. And at the time, Akaran was captain of the second company. So let's have a look. While the stunning reveal of the new Captain Titus miniature and the revelation of his return to the captaincy of Ultramarine second company, we're taking a look back at renowned officers who have occupied this position in the history of 140,000.
Stealth suits don't kill everything on sight. Completely unplayable.
I have seen some of the social media meltdown from people about stealth suits and wolf scouts, and what I want to say to those people, Predators, quite categorically is, get a fucking grip. The second company have had quite a few celebrated captains in recent years, so where do they all fit in? We'll start with the Battle from a Crag, a moment that defined the Ultramarines in the broad canon of the 41st millennium. And you had Severus, Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
No, not Agamemnon. Agman.
Not who?
Ageman.
Where's this word?
It's on the screen. Ageman, right? That's his name. Cool. Good. Though better known as captain of the Ultramarines veteran first company, Severus Ageman
Thank goodness you cleared that up.
commanded the second company until the previous first captain, Sal Invictus, was killed at the height of the battle for Macragge, more than 250 years before the opening of the Great Rift. Most recently, he has been appointed to the position of Tetrarch by Rabute Guilliman and ordered to reclaim Ultramar's northern borders, a task perfectly suited to his boundless experience and wisdom. Okay, so that's what he's doing, old Ageman, right? Lucian Trajan.
You sound like the old internet.
Captain a little bit. Captain Trajan rose to command the second company in the wake of Ageman's promotion. He had served under Ageman as first sergeant and benefited greatly from his former captain's tutelage. His tenure lasted for over a century of glorious victory until a battle against the Aldari of Craftwell Biltan turned sour. While defending an imperial world from the Zenith, Trajan slew the enemy's autarch in single combat, only to learn that the retreating Aldari had taken one of his Ultramarines captive. Leading a squad to rescue them, he fell into the clutches of an enemy trap and was gunned down, leaving his command squad sergeant, one Demetrian Titus, to rout the foe and recover his body. Mr. Titus, right, Demetrian Titus. Though he was content to remain sergeant, he had no aspirations for overall command. Titus eventually accepted Manius Calgar's request that he lead the second company. A decade after taking up the mantle, Titus embarked on his fateful mission to the Forge World of Greia, during which he slew the Chaos Sorcerer Nemeroth before he was taken into custody by Inquisitor Thrax after his subordinate Leandros questioned the captain's seeming resistance to the influence of chaos. Thrax would later be consumed by chaos himself, a workplace hazard for the Inquisition, and Titus was freed when the Grey Knights purged the Inquisitor's holdings. Believing he had brought shame on his chapter, Titus elected to join the Death Watch as a Black Shield rather than return to the Ultramarines. Space Marine 1, right? Cato Sicarius. With Titus missing and his own first sergeant Sidonius slain during the events on Greia, I'm probably murdering all these names, but I'm terrible at reading names. It was decided that Cato Sicarius would take the reins of the second company due to his exemplary martial skill and uncompromising service to the chapter. He accumulated many honours and awards during his time leading the company, such as earning the Valor Crest and being hailed the Knight Champion of Macragge. Sicarius' captaincy covered many decisive campaigns for the Ultramarines, including the notorious Damnos incident and the returned Primarch Roberto Guilliman's Terran Crusade. After being dispatched back to Macragge with the first host of Primera Space Marines, his ship was lost in the warp for 5 long years, during which time the Ultramarines declared Sicarius missing in action and instated a new captain in his place. Sevastus Acheran. Like many captains, Sevastus Acheran originally served as an officer under his predecessor, but was not with Cato Sicarius when his fateful voyage was swallowed up by the thrashing of the Great Rift. He led the second company through many of the defining conflicts of the early Indomitus Crusade, seeing action on Vigilus within the Prior Nexus, in Ultramar during the Plague Wars, and in the Fourth Tyrannic War. Most famously, he commanded the company when Titus was reclaimed during the wars of the Fastidious system. You may have just encountered him yourself while playing Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Acheran's illustrious service came to an end upon the hive world of Trig, a vital and seemingly loyal stronghold that safeguarded the Pyre system from Tyranid incursion. After a Munitorium survey vessel and its escort of Mordin Iron Guard disappeared, letting out a single psychic scream before vanishing without a trace, Acheran led a strike force to investigate, accompanied by his decorated lieutenant, Brother Charon. What they found was a powerful gene stealer cult embedded within the primary hive, their influence stretching from Undercity all the way up to the spires poised to crack open the world's defences when the Tyranids arrived. The cult's uprising had already begun and threatened to spread across the planet. In order to contain it, Acheran chose to activate the hive's anti-atomic lockdown protocols, sealing his entire force inside the city with a nearly endless horde of enraged cultists. This noble choice to sacrifice himself and his brothers kept the Gene Stealer cult bottled up and saved the world, and a vulnerable sector from certain doom. Every last Space Marine that landed on Trek was slowly worn down in a series of increasingly desperate battles. When Imperial reinforcements arrived to purge the last of the cult, they discovered that Acheran, Charon, and the rest of their brothers had sold their lives to cull the untold numbers of Zenith hybrids. There he is. He's dead. As is Charon. Charon. Both dead. Gone. Right? Demetrian Titus again. So here we go. After his legendary victory against Tyranids and Thousand Suns in the Residia system, his survival on a seemingly suicidal mission to destroy Chaos artifacts on Zashuj, and further success against Tyranids on several worlds in the Bastior subsector, Titus was the clear candidate to succeed Acheran. Misgivings from any of his peers had long since been silenced, and Titus took up the role, swearing to honour his former captain's legacy as he leads the second company and fulfills the duties of the Master of the Watch, a responsibility of the role. It is now Captain Titus's duty to fortify the borders of Ultramar and defend his chapter's realm, even as it expands at Gulliman's command. Every new conquest is another drain on resources, and his task is difficult in the extreme, but with the Wardens of Ultramar adding their substantial strength to his cause and an agile fleet of elite warriors at his command, Titus is exactly the Space Marine for the job. Find out more about Battles of the 500 Worlds Titus in the exceptional individual, and the exceptional individuals in the good Captain's command staff, as well as the insidious Necron threat assaulting Ultramar right here in the Warhammer community as we get closer to release. So, what I think's sad about this, right, that's history of captains in the second company. The important part for this, for the most part, is this section around Acheron, and I'm just a bit kind of sad. I don't love it, right? And it's weird that it's very weird that they have this beautiful game with tons of stunning graphics and you know, lots of lore that shapes Titus, and Acheran is in that game, as is Charon, and then the game sort of finishes, and it's, you know, it's a pretty good story on the whole. Adding his death into the game, I think would have been quite an impressive move. It's just kind of, oh, and we've got, like, you know, essentially 2 paragraphs that says he found the genes to the cult, he trapped himself on the planet, he died. It's just a bit sad. Just like they could have literally added another mission to Space Marine 2. They could have added an extra playable mission that you go in as Captain Acheran, and the mission is unwinnable, right? And whatever happens, you die. They could have done that, but they didn't. They just kind of went, here's a fucking 2-paragraph walk-on piece. He's now dead. He was a captain of the second company. He's now dead. I just feel like it's a bit meh. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on it, chat. I'm not sure on this one. It feels like a bit of it's a guffed out article, right? So they've got all this history about them, which is to make the article seem like it's seemingly a decent article with lots of detail. But actually, the bit that we care about is what happened to Captain Acheran and why Titus has now got the captaincy of the second company. And this is it. I'm not sold. I think, you know, it's a bit weird, but hey. They also came alongside some fresh downloads. Recently added today, we had a faction pack for Space Wolves, Space Marines, Imperial Agents, Tau Empire, Combat Patrol, Ultramarines, Eye of Ultramar, the faction pack, Deathwatch, and Mutoran Field Manual. So this all got updated, right? Importantly, for faction pack Space Marines, we got a new detachment. So we got a new data sheet in the Honor Guard, Cato Sicarius, and Marnius Calgar. We knew about that anyway. But we have a new detachment on page 2. This is the new detachment on page 2, the Blade of Ultramar. Now, as I sort of expected, but didn't know for certain, it's a reskinned Gladius detachment with some differences that make this a bit of a spicy meatball, right? So we've got master doctrines. As you know, with the current combat doctrines, you've got Devastator Doctrine, Tactical Doctrine, Assault Doctrine. You can pick one of each of them throughout the course of the game, and you get you get specific rules. They're the same rules in this, right? There is a difference in this detachment and how it's written. So at the start of up to 3 of your command phases, you can select one of the combat doctrines listed below. Until the start of your next command phase, that combat doctrine is active and its effects apply to all Adeptus Astartes units from your army. You cannot select a combat doctrine you've already selected this battle. That's Gladius. However, it then adds, unless a friendly Marnius Calgar model is on the battlefield. So, if you go Assault Doctrine in turn 2, and turn 3 you want Assault Doctrine again, if you've got Marnius Calgar, you can have double Assault Doctrine for your whole army, which is pretty spicy, okay? In terms of doctrines, they're basically the same. Dev Doctrine, this unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it advanced. Tac Doctrine lets you to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which you fall back. And Assault Doctrine lets you declare a charge in a turn in which you advance. Same, right? It then says your army can include Ultramarines units, but it cannot include Adeptus Astartes units drawn from any other chapter. So no no Raven Guard with Shan running this detachment. All right, this is for Space Marine armies with no Ultramarines characters. Sorry, Space Marine armies with no named characters at all, or it's for Ultramarines. Right, so cool. I like that. We have some enhancements. We've got Artificer Armor, a 2-up armor save and a 5-up Feel No Pain. We've got the Oath of Macragge, add 1 to the Honor of Airmen, add 1 to attacks and strength characteristics of Wally weapons. If you're under the Assault Doctrine, add 2 to attacks and strength characteristics. We've got a Student of the Codex. At the start of your command phase of the bearer of the battlefield, it can use this enhancement. It does until the start of your next command phase. Attack Doctrine is action for your unit. You know, it's the same. Instead of any other combat doctrine, you select to be active for your army, and even if there's no combat doctrine active for your army, and then the veteran of the Behemoth, which is the old whatever it was that used to get put on the Gravis dude all the time. So models and unit have sustained hits 1, and if you're in Dev Doctrine, you can re-roll advanced rolls made for the unit. So fire, discipline, or whatever it's called previously. Enhancements much the same. The stratagems are basically all the same with a slightly different name. So Armor of Contempt we all know. Tactical Foresight is a new one. It replaces Fight on Death for 2 CP in Gladius, and instead in your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase, if your opponent's strength is higher than your toughness, you can spend 1 CP, you get -1 to wound, which is quite tasty. Courage and Honor is Lance, and if you're an Assault Doctrine, you get AP1. Ultramarine Adaptivity is pick a Doctrine, you're now in it for that particular unit. Exemplary Vigilance is the shooting phase. You get ignores cover, and if you're in Dev, you get an additional AP, which is decent. And then Practical Tactics is a redeploy of D6 inches, unless you're in Tac Doctrine when it's 6 inches. So it's a very good detachment. It's a very good detachment. I think it's an argument to say that, and if you speak to Joe, certainly he'll tell you that Gladius is better, and he'll tell you that Gladius is better because you've got a 2 CP fight on death where you auto fight on death, or is it a 1 CP fight on death? And if you're in, I can't remember which way around it is, but anyway, you've got a fight on death strat. I actually quite like the -1 to wound strat as well, so I would probably take this one because it's the Ultramarine one specifically if I'm building and when I'm building my Ultramarines company. But there you go, that's this. And then I close this down, and we go back here, and then we look at the Minotaur and Field Manual, right? Because that's the other thing we really care about for this. So we've had updates on Space Marines, so we have to go down here to find Space Marines. Space Marines, what's this? That's Grey Knights. That's Space Marines. Okay, cool. So we've had some changes. How do they list it? Let's see if we can find the new stuff. Cato Sicarius. Interestingly, Captain Sicarius, the old model, is 85 points, and Cato Sicarius, the new model, is 120 points. I'm not entirely sure why they've left them both in here. So it's greater than or equal, so you can force them on 5. That's good, yeah. So, but his new model is 120 points, the one who can only join Victrix Guard. Okay, and then we've got Marnius Calgar, which I think is on the next page if I remember rightly. LM, no, he's not. LM, here he is. He's right down here. So old Calgar with 2 Victrix Guard is 200 points. New Calgar and Terminator armor with no Victrix Guard is 140 points. So he is 60 points cheaper. Currently, it's very easily to argue that Marnius Calgar old version is better because you get 2 extra Victrix Guard that you can put in your unit, and if he gets precisioned in that particular old datasheet, he gets a Feel No Pain. But obviously with the new datasheet, you don't get those 2 Victrix Guard, and there's no Feel No Pain if he's precisioned. I'm painting the new one, and I intend to only take the new one just because I know the rules are better for the old one, but I prefer the new one. I prefer him in Terminator armor. That's cooler, right? So we've got that. And then we have the Victrix Guard, and this was, I thought, quite interesting. So if I find the Victrix Guard, here they are. 3 models is 130 points for 3 Victrix Guards. And then if you take 6 models, they go up to 210. So the first 3 are 130 points, and then the second 3 are another 80 points. I like this. The reason why I think they've done this is because the first 3 can include an Ancient, a Chapter Ancient, and a Chapter Champion. What this means is if you take a second unit of Victrix Guard, you're paying the tax for the Ancient and the Champion, even though you can't use them simply because they have the Epic Hero keyword in their datasheet. So it kind of tries to discourage you from taking more than 1 unit of Honor Guard, and I actually think that's good. So there's the new rules for Ultramarines, the new points. I didn't think that the points, I think 6 at 210 is a choice to be made. I was mucking about with lists earlier. I had a couple of units of Blade Guard for 3 models apiece because I'm trying to build a cool third company thing with a first company element in there for the command. And Tom said to me, just take out the Blade Guard and put in the Victrix Guard. But the thing is, to remove 2 units of 3 Blade Guard and add 2 units of 3 Victrix Guard, I have to find myself an extra 100 points. So I don't think just spamming Victrix Guard is necessarily the answer. And I kind of like that choice. Because not only do I have to find another 100 points, I lose invulnerable saves, I lose reroll 1s to save. And Victrix Guard are good, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're bad, but I think that makes it a choice, and I like that. 6 at 210 is 3 times 6 for me. What? Is it? You reckon? I'm not so sure. I'm not doing it for the narrative, let's be honest. That's why I'm not doing it. There you go. So we now know why Akaran's dead. We know it's poor, but we know why he's dead. We know why Tysus has got command of the second company again. And we've got points for the new data sheets. And I wrote my list. And my list is a company. And I'm super happy with it. So, and its narrative is shit. And I think its narrative is shit and can do well in the mission pack. There we go. Right, you've listened to me waffle on for 25 minutes. It's one of the strongest streams we've ever had, because 25 minutes in, we've got 1 member and 1 £5 super chat. So if we could get going, that'd be great, chat. Let me know what you think. Anyway, honestly, get your postcards open. Tell me what the hell you think about the narrative, the rules, the points, the detachment. I want to hear all your thoughts, just to know whether I think it's I think my kind of mindset on this is accurate, or whether I've wildly swung a mess as to how good or bad I think the rules are fine. I think the points are okay. I think Akaran's death is weak. Share your list. My list is really simple. Let's get it right. My list is really simple. Mordy Hammer, thank you for the 1 gifted. My list has new Calgar in Terminator armor, new Kato, and 2 lieutenants, right? Because that's a chapter master, a captain, and then 2 lieutenants under the captain rank structure, right? You put those 2 characters, the captain and the chapter master, in with the 6 Victrix Guard, the only 6 in the list, because they're new, they're cool, they're sexy, and they are actually quite good. You then have 2 units of 3 Blade Guard from the first company to escort the lieutenants. I have 4 units of 10 intercessors. I have 2 units of 5 assault intercessors for the close support. I have 2 units of 3 eradicators for the fire support, because you have to have battle line, fire support, close support in your army. And then I have just enough points left over for a single tank, which is a repulsor executioner, because that's a proper tank. So there we go. Thank you so much, Mordy Hammer, for the 1 gifted. Thank you, Evan, for the 1 gifted. Up to 3. It's a powerful night. Thank you, Biggie, for the 1 gifted. Don't make me do this all night, chat. I want the rules for the Night Lord's jump pack kill team, but I'll have to wait till next year, I guess. Hopefully I can get the new Necron Lord this year for Christmas, though. Love all the incestors. 40 incestors, right? Because that's how Space Marine should be. Now, Stoneguard's first company. I'm building third company. Nailed the narrative in that. Thanks, mate. That's what I was going for. That's what I was going for. What do you think about Captain Akaran's death?
I wasn't paying attention.
You're the person I'm supposed to bounce off of chat slow.
Oh. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Yeah, I think the narrative in the list is cool. I think there's an argument to take 2 units of 10 intercessors and break them into 4 units of 5 intercessors. Points are exactly the same for tournament play. Quietly legending a character is the worst. Still seems the Space Marine character got a more noble send off than own shy. Which one's been legends, Evan? Have I missed something? First company can attach to the companies. Yeah, I've got 2 units of 3 Blade Guard. I've got first company attached, but I don't want to remove 2 battle line units to replace it with 2 more first companies when I'm trying to build a company. You're telling me Uriel, Kato, and Calgar each with 6 victories isn't narrative? I mean, You often get first company attached. No, I know you do, but I'm trying to build a company and then use some leftover points to attach stuff. I get that. Would you consider changing a unit of intercessors for a unit of revisiting curses? No, because I need the symmetry in the list. So I have the chapter command who sits top and center, right? Calgar, Sicarius, and 6 Victrix are the chapter command. Underneath that, I've got 2 lieutenants leading 3 blade guard. They're leading 2 units of intercessors, a unit of assault intercessors, and a unit of eradicators each. And then I've got the mechanized support in the tank.
R.I.P. Akron. He became a popular character with the can only spare 3 men memes. A bit of a waste there. Could have at least got a supplement for him.
There'll be lots of memes about him dying and the can only spare 3 men. That meme will carry on, but it will be focused on his death rather than, you know, how much he fucked other people over. I think it's sad how easily they've killed him off. I'm going to be honest. Have you seen the new Black Library model? No. No. No, I have not. Symmetry of structure. That's very... Yeah, I know, yeah. Hellblasters would be appropriate. I nearly put Hellblasters in instead of Eradicators. I'll be honest. And there is still a chance I swap Eradicators with Hellblasters. There is still a chance. Without doubt, there's still a chance. But I think Eradicators give the list the ability to actually complete as well. DLC would be cool to play the list that the narrative they described. Yeah, 100%. I'm just a bit sad by it. No more 3 captains shit. Yeah, and 2 lieutenants, because that's how it fits. 1 captain, 1 chapter master, 2 lieutenants. Remember Yarrick? I remember. It's not like Games Workshop have a bunch of authors. They do this loads of, right? This is the history of Games Workshop, and it's like, here's some shit narrative, have that, and then once you've had that shit narrative, then some authors go, right, give it here, we'll make it better. I'm still sorry of using Larrick and getting a knobhead on a hoss. Mrs. Trunchbull. I think Yarrick will come back though, Dave, honestly. I think he'll come back, he'll have a data sheet and a new model.
Pleased for UM players, holding out hope GW remembers other factions need love, lore and lots more models too. Coffee C, we, votin'.
I mean, I'm interested to see what they do with this 500 world stuff and whether they, like I said to you the other day, right? I really want them to stretch this out over 3 years of narrative throughout the whole of 11th edition and continue to offer support. Because it's the 500 worlds, and it's conceivable if you use the 500 world narrative well enough that you can basically bring every faction into it, at which point there is an excuse for new models, new rules, etc. I'd really like them to see that. I'd really like to see them do that, to be honest with you. But it's Games Workshop, so I don't know. Getting to the lockdown mechanic would have been a nice mission, and then keeping it safe. Yeah, there's some cool shit they could have done with Akaran's death in Space Marine 2. For Joe's sake, I hope Seth comes back. Crap lore is often Games Workshop's MO. It is, yeah. But that's what they have the... I don't get it. I don't know why they do it, right? It'd be like me trying to fucking knit a hat and creating something dreadful and going, loose, fix that. I might as well just get her to do it from the start, right? It's the same with the narrative. Why write bollocks narrative and then go, off you go then, authors. You can fix this shit for us. Just give it to them in the first instance. That's what I would do. But hey. If Acheron's not sending out a squad of 3-man to every problem, the Imperium might start winning now. Facts. Facts. I'll have a look at this this Black Library thing quickly. Warcom. Everyone make sure you enter the giveaway, by the way. Is it Master of Rights in this video interview? Is that it? Oh, Jerry, thank you for 5 gifted memberships, you fucking legend. Oh, he's sexy. I like him. I wonder if I can use him as a lieutenant, because he's cool as shit. Have you seen the new model, chat? Do you want to see him? Thank you so much, Jerry, for 5 gifted memberships as well. You're a legend. What a fucking hero. We're nearly on double fucking me. We're 35 minutes in. We're nearly on double figures. It's definitely worth getting out of bed this morning. This one, chat. How sexy is this one? The Master of Rights. I like him. And I've got my Space Marine upgrade sprue here somewhere, my Ultramarines upgrade sprue here somewhere. I can give him a sexy head as well. He's nice though. Oh, it says 6th. Why has it got 6th on there? That'd be interesting. Does it say? Not content with getting a whole book to himself, the captain of the 6th company is also receiving a miniature too. I can't use him. Can't use him because he's 6th company captain. But hey, there you go. I'm doing 3rd company. Thank you, Yeston, for the 1 gifted membership. What legend? We're all the way up to 10. If we can just get like a smattering of 5s and 10s now, that'd be great for a minute, just to calm me down. Warhammer, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. It was revealed weeks ago, is it? Yeah, he looks fucking cool though. I really like him, but he's incorrectly painted, if that helps. I know he's incorrectly painted, chat, because thank you, Mordy. I'm a 5 gifted memberships. Emperor's Line is still trying to get sniped. Oh, the 6th company is yellow, bronze-ish, gold. I thought it was the 7th company, which is like the pinky colour. It's not. The 6th company is 6th company. See? 6th company. This is how we're doing it now, chat. This is where we're going. This is how I'm living my life now. Mickey Hugs, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Go on, chat. Go on, chat. Liam preaching the good word. My focus has changed of late, Garsty. Quite hard. And it's keeping me very interested and very happy. I think sometimes, a lot of us, when we jump into any kind of hobby, we jump into it for a reason. There's a thing that we jump into and a reason why we like the hobby. Whatever that might be. Cooking. I don't know. Hobbying, obviously. Music. Anything we get into. And we get into it for a reason. There's a reason why we get into the hobby. Right? Or we get into that particular hobby. And then I think sometimes we can all sort of... This is the kind of core focus why we get into it. And then slowly but surely we kind of veer off. And we find ourselves trundling down a different path. And then eventually you go, I'm not enjoying this. Why aren't I enjoying this thing that I've done for ages? It's because you veered off of the path, which is the original core reason as to why you got into that thing or you really enjoyed that thing. And then I think sometimes if you can find a way or a person who helps you refocus onto that path, you then rediscover your initial love and you go, this is why I love it. And that's been my experience lately. So... You mean that guy who's Toby's favourite hyper gamer? Not to anybody but him. Only to him I'll be that guy. Only to him. But hey. You're awfully quiet over there.
Yeah, I hate having to parent. I hate it.
I mean, we can drown them both. Then you wouldn't have to parent. It's an option. That wasn't a hobby we got into with a central focus, was it?
That's not consequence-free, though, is it?
No, I mean, it's only consequence-free It's consequence free if you don't get caught.
No.
You know, and they're they're not at school, so no one's going to notice. Oh, wee man, hey mate, missed you.
Wonder if UM are getting all this love because they won't be the poster boys of 11th got letters left, so Tunnock's tea cakes for CP first to vomit loses.
Tunnock's tea cakes. I did a thing last night, which I'm not going to do to Joe tomorrow night on his first stream back, but I had a lot of fun. And what I did is I went to Aldi and I bought 2 bags of fun-sized Mars bars, right?
Oh, are they even smaller now?
They're about that big, right?
Okay.
And every single time one of the lads earned themselves a command point, I threw them a fun-sized Mars bar.
Oh, okay.
And if they wanted to spend the command point, they had to eat the fun-sized Mars bar.
And that was fun for maybe 2 fun sizes?
They loved it for the first couple of turns.
Yeah.
They thought it was great fun. By the end of it, both of them felt very unwell.
Like, please stop, Liam.
And I loved it. My God, John's here! He's come to save the stream because I was getting desperate. Thank you, John. Oh, fuck, it's 50 as well.
It's a fiddy.
It's not even 20. I was like, he's going to get himself a loose hope for 20 gifted, but he's coming down 50. John. You got the dog excited as well, look. Oh. What a fucking hero. What a hero. What do we hope? I need to come up with a hope for John now.
I had a really good one based on last night.
Okay. Did you want to do him a 50 hope, or do you want to save it for your 20?
But, well, this is the only one I have in the tank, so if anyone gives a 20, it will be shit hopes now.
Did you want to spend it on John's 50, or did you want to save it?
I'll spend it on John.
John is worth it if it's a good hope.
Well, that's really neither here nor there. I hope for you, John, that if you have a Dyson Hoover...
Oh?
And it needs emptying, the chamber that collects all the crap.
It's a vacuum to you Americans, by the way.
The chamber needs emptying. And you stand at your back door because it goes straight into the bin. You don't faff around with the kitchen bin. It goes straight into the bin. And you wait for the wind to die down and it's not raining and it's been nice windless weather for like 10 minutes now. I hope for you that when you choose to go out there to empty the chamber of your Hoover, you don't get this random gust of wind just as you click the chamber open and then all the crappy dust and dog fur and hair goes all over your nice clothes.
Yeah.
And then you ask yourself, why did I even bother going to the bin?
There's a vacuum for you people in America land, by the way. Hoover's a brand. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's one of the things. There's a word for it. It's where we call the whole thing the brand name instead of the invention.
So we all call them Hoovers, but they're actually vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
But we call them Hoovers, and I took a picture today of my vacuum cleaner in my office because he's just fucking grinning at me, the smug cunt.
What, the Henry Hoover?
Yeah. I'm sat there stressing about things and pulling my hair out and paying invoices. He's just sat there going in the corner looking out the window.
You need to get the whole gang. There's Hetty.
Hetty could fuck off.
And I think is there one called Toby?
Eric says, this seems like a very specific hope, Luce.
It is, Eric. It
is. Soup says, this isn't about the hope anymore, is it, Luce?
I was in the conservatory staring at the weather for like 10 minutes going, I think it's okay. I can go out there now. Click the chamber open.
Bold of you to assume that John does the vacuuming himself.
He's a modern man.
He's got to pay a guy, I guarantee.
John's a modern man. I believe he does it. I believe.
Yeah. Fucking Henry stood there smirking, looking out the window whilst I'm stressing about shit. Pissed me off, that did. We do tend to know Hoover is vacuum, though, mostly because we had a president named Herbert Hoover. Oh, did you? Kleenex, Kodak, Polaroid. Yeah, Kleenex.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a brand name.
There's a word for it.
I didn't know Polaroid was a brand name.
Yeah, shake it like a Polaroid.
Yeah, but I thought a Polaroid was a type of picture. I didn't realise it was a brand name.
Shake it.
Oh, interesting. Lad's a hard worker. I mean, he is a grafter, mate. He is a grafter, especially with the shit that the lads in the studio leave on the fucking floor. But he works hard. He does more sucking than them on Empress Road. You do the laundry too? Fuck off. You've got a guy to do the laundry, John. I got in trouble. Wife asked me to hoover the living room. I said it's a hoover her, not a hoover him.
And that was Dave's bravest day. Living with Mrs. B.
Thank you so much for the 50 gifted though, John. We're currently revenue nervous, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. You're a hero. We are also on £18 of super chats, chat. I was hoping I'd hear loads of people talking about Ultramarines rules, points, fucking narrative. We've had fuck all, really. Zipper was originally a brand name. I can believe that for certain.
Oh, the lighter.
Yeah. Yeah. Tylenol. Yeah, we don't have Tylenol over here. We don't call it Tylenol. We call it ibuprofen or paracetamol. I'm not sure which one it is over there. But yeah, we do. I don't know what else there is. There's a Coke is one.
Yeah.
Coke is one because it's actually cola, but Coke is the brand name. There you go.
Soup's dumb ways to die.
What model are you using for my captain? Well, it's Sicarius. I'm using Sicarius. Marnius Calgar, Cato Sicarius. 2 lieutenants. One's supposed to turn up soon. My second unit of Victrix turned up. These turned up. And then I have, I was a sucker for some Ultramarines dice chat. Ooh. Mostly because I wanted to see the blue for when we do blue Great Hall dice. But also, I'm one of those people who doesn't like to use my own dice when I go to tournaments. Is that weird? I don't like using my own dice when I go to tournaments.
Why?
2 reasons. First of all, if I use my own dice when I go to tournaments, it's a bit of a weird self-advertisement thing. Like, other people using your dice is cool. That's people advertising for you. But you using your dice is a weird self-advertising thing. Secondly, if I'm using my own dice that I had created and they were rolling really, really well, it could bring them into question.
Chocolate bar for the kids.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, Jacob. You're a legend. Oh, my God.
Smurf moment.
Thank you so much, Weeman, for the 5 gifted memberships as well. Thank you, Star, for the 2. You're a legend. Good to see you again, Nick. I hope you're doing well, man.
I was thinking of you, wee man, the other day because I'm filling out my league.
Your annual scoreboard.
Yeah, and there's a few names that we haven't seen recently, and wee man was one of them. And I
Yeah.
was like, I
I
wonder
think
what
he
he's up
took a
to.
little break.
Yeah,
We all need little breaks.
yeah.
I'm trying to get these fucking dice open. Don't worry, Liam. They won't roll well. No, I know, but that's because Luce goes, we've had a dice order. I'm like, cool. Who is it? And she goes, oh, it's Leon. And I bake them in a way which means they roll like shit. These are weird to me, right? I like them. So the reason why I buy Games Workshop dice is because when I'm playing at a tournament, if I roll my Games Workshop dice, people can't really question me because they're Games Workshop dice, right? So I feel like that's... but what I found weird with these ones, with the Ultramarines ones, is they, for some reason, have inlaid... I don't know if you guys can see that, but they've inlaid the Ultramarine symbol with this weird, like... It's like a Xandri dusty, Karaki stony kind of colour. And I would have thought they would have just done them in white. I would have thought that made more sense. But they haven't. I don't know why.
I was always told that really square dice don't roll that well.
Really square dice aren't as nice to roll, but I think mathematically they have a better average.
Oh.
Because I think the casinos in Vegas will use square cornered dice.
Yeah. Oh.
But hey, got to promote your own channel. I'm really bad at it. I like you guys are my promoter. Like you guys wearing the t-shirts and rolling the dice and using the army boxes and all that kind of stuff. You guys are the ones that promote the channel. And I personally think it's always a better endorsement if a person who's watched or used the channel stuff or watched the channel themselves advertises that channel. That's a better endorsement than me. I never walk up to a table and say, hi, I'm Liam, I run my own YouTube channel. Because it's fucking cringe.
What a dick.
What a fucking douchebag. I never do that. And sometimes I've been halfway through a game and someone's been like, I know you from somewhere. Like, well, and I still won't fucking say anything.
You should be like, were we in prison together?
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. No, you look different. So, you know.
Or you should be like, were you in the waiting room at the genital warts clinic?
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think it's. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Well, the first time that not last time before that, the first beachhead I went to, I think it was. I walked up to play my first opponent, and we were setting up, and about 4 or 5 people came over and said hello because it was the first game of the weekend, which was lovely. And the guy opposite me was like, "I get the feeling you're like an important person around here." I was like, "Absolutely not." And then killed it straight away. And I just played the game. And then he came over to me later. And he was like, "My friend's just told me that he watches your YouTube channel. You could have said something." And I'm like, "Why? What difference does it make to the game we're playing? I don't want to be treated differently. I want to just have a fun game of Warhammer." He's like, "Oh, fair enough." I can't do it. I can't do it. I prefer my rolling average of 1s and 2s. I'm a big deal, don't you know? I can't do that. I can't be that. I've heard of people. I've heard of interactions with people at like conventions and stuff where they go, "Hi, I'm such and such. You probably know who I am." And I'm like, "Oh, that's a bold move in the world of YouTube where there is literally millions of channels."
Yeah.
And even in the hobby space, right? There is we've been looking at Toby and I recently have been looking at potential people we'd like to work with as Hobby House going forward as affiliates. Fuck me, there's so many people. There is so many people. And I'm like, and Toby's like, "Hey, how about this channel?" I'm like, "Never fucking heard of them before." And he's like, "You work in this space?" I was like,
yeah,
no fucking idea.
It's better to say I have nothing to say to you apparently.
Fucking
we're not taking that one. We're gonna leave that call card right there.
I fucking love your shithousery, mate. You are an absolute legend, and I love you. Just put some pictures on Discord to celebrate my membership. Well done, mate. Thank you so much for. I think it was John got you. Thank you so much, John, for gifting Emperor's Lion. He's been trying for ages to get a membership. You're a hero.
Don't introduce yourself as a YouTuber. Say you are the greatest opponent or greatestest.
That's what I want now. £5 super chats, right? What's the best introduction I can do at a tabletop?
I think the genital warts clinic one, really.
Yeah. Have you heard my vasectomy story? I'm here for it. I'd purposely go, no, not a clue for that, even if I did. How cringe is it, right? I've only heard of it once or twice, but I've heard of people that have gone, "I'm such and such, but you probably know who I am anyway." Like, the fucking ego of it.
I don't think I've ever had that.
It's mad, isn't it? Ah.
So sad I didn't make it to Atlanta and hang with Joe, but looks like he had a grand time. Maybe next year.
He has. Thank you so much, John, for the $20. He has had a grand time, but fuck America at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you a little story, chat. And I don't know if this is common in every state, but at the moment, right, I love all you people that live there, but fuck your country. And the reason why I'm saying this is because last Tuesday, right, let's start right from the beginning. Last Tuesday, Joe turned up to his hotel.
What up, Canute?
Thank you, Carl. So last Tuesday, Joe turned up to his hotel. Now, I pre-booked his hotel on my business card so that it was paid for him, right? As you guys paid for the fundraiser for the AGOS weekend, so we funded his flight, his hotel, his spending money, because that's what you guys paid for, ultimately, okay? So he was able to go for a spend-free weekend for him personally, which was the whole point. So he rocks up to his hotel and the drama sort of started. And unfortunately, we were going through it when I was live on air last Tuesday, but it needed to get solved, so I had to deal with it. So he rocked up and they said, "You need to book in using an email link." And he messaged me, like, "Apparently I need to book in using an email link." I was like, "Okay." I used your email address, so you had all the booking details, so it'll be in your inbox. And I searched my inbox. I was like, I haven't got it. So he checked and he found the link. He's like, cool. So he went to check in. At the point in which he went to check in, it tried to charge the business card. Now, my business bank went, "I don't think you're in America, because you haven't told us you're in America, so I don't think you're in America, right?" So my business stopped it, and I got a message going, "We stopped this transaction. Can you let us know if this was you or not?" So I went, "Yeah, that's me." And they went, "Okay, fine."
Cover you ears loose. Hi, my name is Liam. If you're gonna be a cunt, you can fuck off right now.
pretty much how I do it all the time, Gaz. Thank you for the $5. So I said, right, Joe, I've authorised it. I've said yes, that's me. So just get them to charge the card again. And he came back to me. He was like, they won't. They say they need a physical card. I was like, I beg your pardon. He said they need a physical card. I was like, how do they need a physical card when they've already tried to charge my card? Clearly they don't need a physical card because they've already tried to charge my card. So that's obviously bollocks. He was getting a bit worked up at that point. I was like, look, don't worry about it. We'll get it sorted. What's the damage? Let me know. And what I'll do is I'll transfer you the money across as an expense, and then so you can pay for it on your card, and you've got your physical card there. And he told me the amount, and I was like, that's not what we booked at. That's not the fee we booked at. So the fee we booked at was like $1,200 or whatever, and the fee that they were charging was like $1,600. And I was like, that's not. Maybe there's a holding fee for like damages and stuff. That happens. People, I've heard of it before. Cool, whatever, fine.
Did we just become best friends? Wanna go do karate in the garage?
If they have Eldar, that could be us, right? So I was like, cool, whatever, not a problem. So I sent him the money across. I was like, look, just pay for the hotel room. If they give you the difference back at the end of it, then we can sort that out when you get back to the UK. Don't worry about it, right? Not a problem. Okay, we're talking a few hundred quid, okay? And he paid for the hotel, and he was like, I'm in my room, we've solved it. And he actually messaged me, he said, well, I'm in my room, we did it. Well, actually, mostly you did it, thank you so much. Because he was obviously, he's not travelled on his own for a long time, ever, pretty much. And he was a bit fucking stressed about it because he just wanted to get in his room. That's not a problem, all done, fine. Then, today, he messaged me and he was like, so what I had to send him was £1,471 something. Okay?
Shame that they removed Acheron and Chen off screen.
100% agree, I hate that, right?
Of course Dave will play Old World Square MF bases.
Right, I will actually at some point in the future. So, I sent him £1,471 out of the business bank to cover the hotel fee. Not a problem, we can sort that out when you get back. He then said to me today, he said, they've charged me £1,507 something. So it's only like 30 quid more than I gave him. But the point is, that's not what I booked the hotel at. I was like, but that wasn't what we booked at, mate. We booked it like £1,000. Yeah, that's what I thought you said. I was like, how have they charged 1,500 quid for a £1,000 booking? Or it was a 1,200 quid booking. I can't. Anyway, irrelevant, right? They charged us more. And then we went into it. And for every single night that he was there, right, they've charged him. Where is my messages from Joe? And I'm fucking livid at this as well, because this was not described at the point of booking. They've charged a daily room sales tax.
What's that?
They've charged a daily occupancy tax charge. An occupancy tax charge in a fucking hotel room.
That's why you...
And then finally, they've charged a state motel charge as well for every night. Fucking livid.
That's like the very last time we ordered a kebab, which was a while ago. I looked at my receipt and I got a bag charge, and I thought, how the fuck else were you going to deliver?
How do you intend to bring me 7 Chinese dishes without a fucking bag?
I have no choice. The whole bag charge at the supermarket was to encourage you to bring your own bag. I can't bring my own bag to a home delivery.
Fair enough, it is the country. Exactly, Kai. It is the fucking country. Fuck you and your fucking stupid taxes. In this country, you go, oh, I booked a hotel for 5 nights at £1,000. And when you check out, do you know what they fucking charge you? £1,000. Because that's what you fucking booked it at. Unless you've taken a shit in the sink and smeared it up the wall. Then they might charge you a bit more to repair the damages. Right? What a load of shit that is. That's like buying a bottle of water and having an opening charge. Exactly.
Yeah.
What the fuck is, honestly,
an occupancy,
a daily room sales tax and an occupancy tax? What the fuck is that?
That suggests that people book a hotel room and then don't use it.
I don't understand. I don't understand. And then it goes, like I said at the end, a state motel charge. It's not a fucking motel. It's a giant venue.
To Google. What is an occupancy tax?
It's unreal, chat. Oh, someone gifted a membership and I've missed it. Who gifted one? I missed it. Was it Stefan? I think I saw Stefan. Stefan, thank you for the one gifted. 176.
An occupancy tax, also known as hotel tax, lodging tax, or bed tax, is a levy imposed by state and local government authorities on the rental of hotel rooms and other short-term accommodations.
What the fuck else is it for?
It is a charge paid by the guest, collected by the accommodation provider, and then remitted to the government.
But what? But why?
The purpose... The revenue generated from occupancy taxes is typically used to fund local tourism initiatives, improving public infrastructure, and support general municipal services. The goal is often to mitigate the impact of tourism on local resources and enhance the visitor experience. So, because Joe is possibly going to be contributing to more water usage for having showers, flushing his toilet, brushing his teeth,
But there's
and
a
then
hotel
driving
room.
on the roads, and then eating the food so the local resources are depleted quicker. I don't know.
But just put it in the price when I book.
Yeah.
Like, if all these things, if there's a reason for all of them, which I think are mostly an occupancy tax for a hotel room, is fucking nonsense.
What was the other one? A state motel.
It's a state motel charge.
On behalf of the US, please accept this tax refund.
I mean, it was a lot more than $5, John. I'll be honest. A lot more than $5 as well, by the way.
Are you ready?
So the thing is, right, our occupancy tax, by the way, utter fucking bullshit. Like, for a hotel
Can
room.
see why GW didn't want to pay for Joe now.
It's utter nonsense. An occupancy, like, what else is the fucking purpose of a hotel if it's not to be occupied? I don't understand. But if you're going to charge an occupancy tax and a mode, do you know what you can do, right? Is just put it in the cost of the fucking room and don't tell me there's 3 different taxes.
Yeah, just absorb it.
Just do that, and then I'm like, cool, that's the price of the hotel room. I can plan for that.
Who was the one gifted that you missed?
Stefan Timlin.
Oh, I got it. Just go.
I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Right, you ready?
An environment tax. What the fuck are these taxes that people come up with?
The state motel charge is the same kind of thing. This charge is typically collected by the hotel or motel from the guest at the time of their stay and is then remitted to the state authorities. It can have various names, including hotel tax, occupancy tax, lodging tax, or bed tax. So he's been taxed twice.
For the same fucking thing!
And the revenue is generated from these taxes. It's often used to fund local and state level projects such as promoting tourism in the region, improving public infrastructure, supporting general municipal services and economic development.
So it can be called a motel charge and it can also be called an occupancy tax. And he's been charged both an occupancy tax and a motel charge.
How much was the motel charge?
$5.
What was the occupancy
per day.
charge?
Occupancy was $16.40 daily.
It looks like it's the same tax, but 2 very different. Is there a state and then a?
I don't know. It's fucking
You know how
mad.
how they go like?
It's mad. Polychrome says probably cities tax and state tax. It's fucking mad. It wasn't a state. He didn't stay in a sketchy motel. He literally stayed in the venue, Brian. And the thing is, Games Workshop had sent us a link for they'd held a bunch of rooms for us to book. We didn't get any fucking discount.
For Joe, I could understand a toilet tax.
A toilet tax I would have
Toilet
understood,
emoji,
Gaz.
Poop emoji.
Probably would have been more expensive though overall.
Yeah, maybe that's
honest.
the $16 that they're
Right.
like. You flush your toilet a lot, Joe.
But I don't. The thing is as well. The thing that Games Workshop. So this is the actual venue in Atlanta. This is where they hosted the World Championships. His hotel room was in the venue where they hosted the championships. Right. So it wasn't like I stuck him in some fucking random motel on the outside of some fucking road, like where you'd have to taxi it. We literally put him in the venue, and Games Workshop had held a bunch of rooms for us in the venue, so that you could put in a little Games Workshop code, and it unlocked a bunch of rooms and a flat. And it says a flat rate, but I don't know. So I'm glad he was comfortable. He didn't have to then go, like he was in the fucking venue, right? He didn't have to go anywhere. So he would just go downstairs, basically. I think to the hall and the exhibition centre and what have you. Right, so, but like a tourist, the thing that gets me right is a tourist tax because they might use more water and stuff. Fuck off. If you've got tourists there, what they're also doing is putting more money into your economy because they're a fucking tourist. So that should probably cover the costs. You utter fucking morons. The Joe in the toilet, did he fuck? I think he won 3 or 4 games out of 8. He did all right. He definitely won 3. I can't remember if he did 3 or 4. We'll talk about it tomorrow. He'll be on the Liam and Joe show and he'll talk about his experience.
What I don't understand is how you can possibly agree a point of sale and then for the price to change.
I'm not entirely unused to it being sort of that way in the US. So depending on what state you are, depends when you take your product off the shelf and walk up to the counter how much you pay. So they display the price without tax. And sales tax on items in certain states are different. So if a product is, say, $10, in one state you might walk up and pay $11. In another state you might walk up and pay $13 because the sales taxes are different, right? And in some states you walk up and you'll just pay the flat price because they don't pay sales tax on. And that's a state initiative. I don't like it, but they display the flat price, and then depending on where you are, depends on the sales tax. And I don't like that alone because you go up and you go, oh, that's only $20. That's not very expensive. And you walk up to the counter and you put it over and they go, yeah, that's $27, please. You're like, the fuck?
I don't understand why people don't say, well, can you just write it on the product? Because how is anybody?
Hobby House, anyway.
That's the money culture over there that they're just used to whacking 20% on.
Once I'd calmed down a bit, chat, I did have a think about it. So it's going to be £5 a table at Hobby House per person, probably at least. But we're also going to charge you an aircon tax. It won't be your choice whether the aircon is on or not, but we will be charging you an aircon tax, an oxygen tax, a lighting tax, and a flooring tax because you've stood on our floor. Oh, he fucking grips me so much. I'm really annoyed by it. There's like 300-400 quid that I hadn't accounted for that's now gone, and it's a business expense. It's not the end of the world, but like with what's going on with Hobby House and channel revenue and stuff, it's one of those where it's like we really could have done without spending that unexpected spend. But you know, hey ho. Plastic cup tax, exactly. That's the premium experience. Premium experience tax. Studio tax, yep. Exactly.
Yeah, just put it all in
music audio tax, correct. Looking at Liam tax, that's a tax we can charge.
Just put it all in the one price. Because then it's paid. There's no more.
Well, this is the thing that gets me, right? If you're going to Atlanta to stay in that hotel, doesn't matter if you're coming from a different state with different tax rules. If you're staying there, surely you're paying it.
Yeah.
So it's not going to change. So just pay it. So just tell me what the price is. If you're going to charge me an extra fucking $50, $60 a night to stay in a hotel room, tell me at the point at which I'm booking.
Yeah.
Hey. No more Joe Ventures. Well, what he's told me, Carl, repeatedly is it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It fucking is at that price. I am, John. Yeah, I am. It annoyed me. It really irritated me. And poor old Joe feels really bad about it. It's not his fault. It's not his fault at all. Like I had no idea at the point of booking the hotel room. No one told us anything about it.
Especially when you don't come from a money culture that the price changes a lot, because our money culture here is what's stated on. For example, when you go to Morrison's and get a bag of crisps, what's stated on the aisle is what you're going to pay at the checkout.
Thank you so much, Brian Hall, for 5 gifted memberships. Yeah, yeah. I don't like VAT for a lot of it, right? I've got issues with some of the taxes we pay, and I suspect with what's coming up, it's probably just going to get worse because Rachel from accounts is going to have another go.
She's doing her budget on the 24th.
Exactly, she's going to have another go and probably fuck us even harder. You know, the best way to improve the country is by taxing the poorest repeatedly into oblivion. That's obviously what you do. If you tax the poor to the point where they can't afford to live anymore, well, then you get rid of your problem because they're all dead. Seems to be what's going on. You know, that party of the people. Anyway,
I wonder who's going to be our Charles Dickens of today.
He didn't even win. I'd beat him with his own shoes. But you know, like, so as much as I don't like VAT, what I do like is I go to the shop, right, and I look at the price of something, and I go, yeah, that seems like a reasonable price for that thing that I'm buying. And I walk up to the counter and I scan it, and guess what? It's the same fucking price that was on the label.
Yeah.
It's great, that.
And also, if I scan something through, I've done this before at Morrison's, for 2 separate things. I scanned something through and the price was different, and I called the checkout person over, and they went and checked the aisle, and they gave me the cheaper price because that is what was stated on the aisle when I took the item and booped it. And then a jar of Nutella, a long time ago now, felt really light, but it was sealed. So I put it on the weighing bit, and it was 100 grams lighter than it should have been. So he knocked money off for me there as well.
Reasonable.
Because as the consumer, technically I've been lied to. I've been missold at that point.
Yeah.
So they have to...
Yeah, we do have a lot more protections, I think,
Yeah, we
overall.
do.
But
Not true, Luce. In the UK, the price displayed is known as an invitation to treat. They can ask for more at payment point.
I'd love to know how that'll go down. Oh, I dare a supermarket
not
to be like,
something-
we might change
in fact,
it.
if anything, though, right?
That's a really cool fact, though, Yestin.
If
Thank you.
anything, though, more often than not, it's the opposite for a lot of things. The buyer typically, I mean, not in like a supermarket, obviously, but if you think about things like car sales or whatever, the buyer typically tries to haggle down. The seller never tries to
Yeah.
haggle up,
No, yeah, why why would you?
right?
Well, I
didn't-
know I said I'd take $3,000, but I'm actually more thinking 4.
I legitimately didn't know that, which is quite interesting. Like, because most people will go, this thing's listed for 12 quid. I'll give you a tenner for it. People do that. I've never seen someone go, this thing's listed for 12 quid. The shop goes, yeah, but I'm actually gonna charge you 14. Because you go, fuck off, dickhead.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it back then. I'm not going to buy it. So
Yeah.
you've completely lost a customer now.
Yeah. So that's another thing we'll be implementing in Hobby House. So when you bring your box of intercessors to the till and you're like, are these 10 quid? And we scan it, oh, actually they're 30.
Nah.
34 quid actually, I think you'll find.
Or you could be like, actually, do you know what? I'm in a good mood today. So I won't charge you the 34, but I'm also not going to charge you the 10 that
Money's
the
a
price
weird
said.
thing, though. Isn't money a weird thing, though? Because, like, historically, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, it wasn't a thing really in the same kind of sense as it is now. And you would trade things, and you'd barter value.
Yeah.
And obviously, it got to a point where it was for gold coins, but you'd barter your livestock or your meat for the thing that I produce meat, you produce grain, that other person produces, I don't know, fur, whatever. I'm fucking spitballing here. And you'd barter so you have a bit of everything. Hobby House invitation to treat box of intercessors, £38 at the counter, 380.
Well,
Kairo's wearing that.
the whole bartering thing, the coins came in because bartering is wildly interpretive anyway, and people might think, well, your leather, I don't think it's worth what you're asking me to give you. So the coins became a leveling.
Yeah,
The value was the value.
It's weird, isn't it? I think money is a strange old beast, especially now that physical money is less and less.
Yeah.
So money is now just this digital thing that exists, that's a value, that we're told what that value is.
Yeah.
I just find it a bit odd, but you know.
I used to take money out the cash point every month for the food shop, and I started to just boop my phone, but actually Ben really misses putting the money in the machine or giving the money to the lady.
Yeah.
So
Well, when
might
you
have
do
to start.
when you do buy your box of intercessors, don't forget you're going to have to pay your shelf use tax because it has been on a shelf. And that shelf use tax, it will be charged at how many days it was sat on the shelf before you bought the box, right? So you have to take a gamble here. How long's that one been on the shelf for?
Edward's way is good. You can have a spinning wheel with a random price on it. Spin to win.
That's a great idea, though. And you might get your box for £1, and it might be 100. Honestly, if you don't like the quote, you can just get another one from elsewhere. Yeah, bin tax, of course.
Imagine if we did bring back a bartering system in today's age. The stuff that would...
Well, I don't want people like Brian coming into Hobby House and saying, I will trade you 1 chicken for a box of intercessors.
I'll take the chicken.
If Joe's standing in behind the till for a moment, he'll take the fucking chicken. And I'll be like, why have we got chicken? Yeah, absolutely. We had a fancy window film put on today. I very much like it. I was talking to the guy who does the fancy window filming. Right?
I thought the film was, even with the lights on, you couldn't see in.
No. That doesn't really exist.
Oh.
So basically, if the light outside is brighter than the light inside, it's one way, you can't see.
Yeah.
So like we tested it. We walked outside tonight when it was dark, looked, and you couldn't see into the building, which is perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
So if the lights are off and nobody's home, not you nobody, as in actually nobody, not like nobody, nobody is in not anyone at all. If they're not home, right, then you can't see into the venue at all, which is good. However, at night time, if all the lights are on and people are in there playing, and you look in the window, hopefully you'll see loads of people in there playing, and it'll be inviting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right, that was my thought process. Okay.
Yeah.
So we had all this window filming stuff put on, and it's really good. It's also a heat deflection film. So in the summer, when the window's battering the south side of when the sun's battering the south side of the building, it deflects heat.
Yeah.
So although we've got good aircon, it's just another measure to help the aircon, so the aircon doesn't get overworked, right? Which is really, really good. And I was really happy. And I was talking to the guy, and he was like, any other window filming he's doing? I was like, actually, we will need some of the middle floor doing. We'll need some of the, especially on the south side, because again, it's sun facing, and at the moment, if you're in the car park, you can see all the shelving if the lights are on. So we don't. All the shelving's got all the stock in it. We want that. And he was like, well, we can frost it all, so you can't see in no matter what the light's doing either side. I was like, cool, that sounds like a good idea. He said, we've got this other cool stuff. I was like, I'm listening. He said, it's like your window's clear, and you press a button, and it mirrors.
Ooh.
He was like, do you want some of that? I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm not having it because it'll be turbo fucking expensive, but I want it. And he's like, well, where would you use it? I was like, I don't know, my office, the staff room. That'd be fucking cool as shit. And he went, yeah. So you just basically press the button, and it goes from like, you can see into it, and then it's like people use it in like big corporate offices and stuff.
Yeah.
And he goes, you can't see me anymore. I was like, I want that. And Toby's like, we don't need that. I was like, we don't need that, but I want it, which is cool. I'll trade you a good joke for a town art. I have
How
a town
good's
art.
the joke?
I have a town art to hand, but do we get to listen to the joke and judge if it's good enough first? Is that a thing we could do?
If you did bring back bartering now, so many of us would be like, I can't do it. I
don't
can't.
think you could.
No.
I don't think you could because we all value things so differently.
And our stuff, there's such a scale of what is actually useful and well made versus
photovoltaic glass. Yeah, that's the stuff.
But we'd have all these people that, because we've not been brought up on bartering, we couldn't
Liam
do
and
it.
the hobby house net curtains.
But we're never going to need it. We're never going to use it. So it's literally pointless. Because if they ever got to the point where there was an office on the floor where there was customers, then I just frost it. I wouldn't fucking have photo. But I was like, it sounds cool, and I want it just so I can have the trick of going, boop, can't see me anymore. Boop, you can see me now. Boop. That's what I want it for.
You sit in their office. Boop.
Yeah,
boop,
yeah.
Boop,
and then like moments later, broken. He's fucked it already. It's fucking cool, that kind of shit. I love that stuff.
Yeah,
and I was absolutely fascinated by it. And Ray, the guy who fitted it, was telling me about it, and I was like, and I think he was like, oh, I've made a sale here. Absolutely, there's no need for it at all.
This is what I mean, Brian. So many of us would have nothing to barter. We're not all carpenters or butchers and stuff. Yeah, we just have, here's this thing I got off Temu, and it's poorly made, and it's going to break.
Fuck all. You would use it because you showed it to everyone that came in, 100%. I got rid of my Range Rover recently, and I sort of downsized the car because I'm trying to save money because revenue's in the fucking toilet. And I was talking to my dad about it, and I drove him over just before the Range Rover went. I drove him over to Southampton before the new car turned up. He's like, "So is the new car like the same?" I was like, "No, I lose loads of features." He's like, "Oh, all right." I was like, "Lose loads of features, Dad." He's like, "Oh, so it's a bit of a downgrade." I was like, "Sort of, kind of." I was like, but man, it is what it is. Life's getting hard for everyone. So what? I was like for example, I parked the car in the studio car park. I was like, for example, whilst I've got the car in reverse, I can press this button on the Range Rover, right? And I've got a top-down 360-degree camera, right? And it shows the car from the top down, and as you reverse, you can see it. And he was like, "That's really clever." I was like, "Yeah, do you know when I use this?" And he went, "When?" I was like, "When I'm showing it off to people."
Yeah.
I've never used it in a normal situation. just when I'm showing it off to people. And he was like, oh. I was like, so it's a cool feature, but like that glass, I would be like, look what I can do. Boop, boop. When do you use it? Never.
Now, I'm using it now.
Now to show you. Now I showed it. Exactly, right? That's the only time you'd use it. That's 100% the only reason why. So, chat, we have got 11 minutes to go. We're 19 members behind. There's 141 of you wonderful human beings currently watching the show. If every single person gifts 10 members, we'll probably hit the target. Just.
I think Brian's new.
If we get 20 gifted members, then Loose will as well. I don't drive a Range Rover, Brian. It's gone. And that car comes from an old job.
Yeah.
So... when I had an income from a senior management position and a car allowance... anything that isn't Land Rover is an upgrade. I liked that car. It was just turbo expensive, and as soon as I got to a point financially where I could get rid of it, I got rid of it.
We had so many memories in that car. The dog throwing up, Ben throwing up, me falling asleep. I think James threw up in it. So many memories in that car.
I loved it. In seriousness, if I could have afforded to, I would have got rid of it sooner. Because it's just expensive.
Yeah.
You know, but... and it had, like I said, it had loads of gadgets that just fucking you never used. All this cool shit that it did, which is cool, but you just don't use it. So
Yeah.
right, I just need a fucking car that goes and stops and reverses and is warm, and that's about it. Should see his Ferrari. Which one?
The one that's in the showroom.
Yeah. I drive a Rover. Yeah, now. Do Rover even make cars anymore?
I don't even drive. Don't look at me. I have
Rover
no
even
idea.
make cars now? I thought didn't they not go bust?
The last time somebody asked me what car you drove, I said a red one.
Oh, that was years ago.
I know. So that's my knowledge on cars. What car's your boyfriend got? A red one.
An expensive sick bowl. It was an expensive sick bowl. 100% it was. And the insurance was just going up and up and up because they just get stolen all over the place. Because you can't have anything nice anymore. Lost my car a few weeks ago in an accident. 2008 Ford Fusion, so I haven't got a new one. Luckily, I work from home. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I hope you're okay.
Hi, my name's Liam. If chat doesn't super chat, my kids don't eat, but I live in a house.
Yep.
How dare you have a car and live in a house? How dare you? There is a Range Rover that has its back seats out, so HMRC class it as a van, so you can run it through business. No personal use, so you don't get a benefit in kind. Also, tax skip on it. No VAT type thing. Don't need a top-down camera on a car that fits an average parking bay. Fair. 20 years ago. I thought I did. Yeah, I thought it was a long time ago. It was a Civic, not Integra Gas, but yeah, it was the Honda.
Yeah.
My insurance is £106 a year. It's because they know you're not running from the scene of an accident, Des. Range or Land Rover, same company. Yeah, so they're actually owned, or I don't know if they still are, they were owned by the Tata Motor Group, who also own Ford, and I want to say Lamborghini.
Is that the same company that was the steel company?
I think so, Tata, and they own Jaguar Land Rover, and Land Rover make Range Rover, and they definitely own Ford. I think they own Lamborghini as well now. They're an Indian company, if I remember rightly.
Is that getting close to the whole monopoly thing? You can't own too much.
Because the VW Audi group own Skoda, Seat, Volkswagen, Audi. They also own a supercar brand, and I can't remember which one that one is either. Maybe it's them that owns Lamborghini. Or do they own... I can't remember. I think that Range Rover goes for 120k new. They're mad price, mate. They're so. I mean, you'd have seen them. They're so fucking expensive. They're nice. I like them. They're nice, but I also discovered that mine was on fucking borrowed time as well. I was very, very, very Lamborghini's Audi. Okay, which one is it that that Tata owns? They own one as well, don't they? I think. But yeah, I also found out the cars on borrowed time. Like normally, the age that mine was at and the mileage it was at, some major shit had gone wrong by that point for a lot of people, and ours hadn't. So I was like, get rid of that.
Yeah.
Because that shit's
You
not
can
going to be cheap.
catch that hot potato. We don't want it.
If Joe owned your old car, he would only use the top-down camera to drive around.
Vag own Lamborghini and Bugatti. Do they? I didn't know they own Bugatti as well. Mothball and steel production, yeah. Okay. Which one is it that the Ford group owns? Lotus. Is it Lotus? Yeah, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know less about cars, to be fair. I mean, obviously, I owned a Range Rover. We still got 5 minutes to go, chat. We still got 19 members. You wonderful humans. I used to love the old Lotus. What was the little one? Exige? Was that the little one? Elise? Can't remember. VW owns Porsche and about half the others. Top-down cameras like Grand Theft Auto 1, yeah. Tata is Jaguar Land Rover. Yeah. Jag Land Rover and Ford. They own Ford as well, right? Which is why you get the Ford quick clear windscreens in the Range Rovers nowadays. I think. Aston Martin. That might be it. That might be it, Gareth. It might be Aston Martin that they own. They don't own the whole of Lincoln. Oh, Ford used to own Aston Martin. Okay, right. The Elise, I always wanted one. I love the little Elise. They were fucking cool little cars. I'd look like a clown in it. I'd probably be sat with me, knees around my ears. But hey. Right, we are 5 minutes away from the end. We are going to have, obviously, a cheeky loose fact before we disappear. Tomorrow, we do get brand new. We do get Joe back in the studio for a Liam and Joe show where he'll talk about the whole stream is about Joe's experience at Worlds. I can't wait for him to regale us of his tales of America because I wouldn't mind betting he was like this for most of it, just like shocked and amazed, right? So if you're interested to hear about Joe's experiences, you get to look forward to that tomorrow. He'll be back in the studio, hopefully, half on Liam and Joe show, and that will be it. Originally, I was going to be playing Racist Adam tomorrow night, but I said to Joe, look, I've put myself into play against him. I've not put you in for the stream at all. If you want to play, I'll get to go and see people at Bike Club for a couple of hours before I come home and get to bed early, which is my preference. However, no pressure, jet lag's a bitch and all that, and he's not done it before, so just let me know how you feel. And he replied to me yesterday, I was like, I probably want to play. Well, that's fine, not a problem, no issues at all. And I think Racist Adam is on about running the brand new Ultramarines detachment fuel as well, which is basically Gladius with a different strat, essentially. So you get that one, you get those 2 streams tomorrow. I might be able to go and see bike people and then come home and we can go to bed at a reasonable hour, which would be fucking great. And then on Friday, After Dark hits at 9 o'clock. Yeston, thank you so much for 1 gifted. You're a fucking lovely human being, you are. Did I ever say how much I love the Welsh? Do you know what? The amount of English people, right, who, I don't know where your bell is, it's behind your cup. The amount of English people who are like, I fucking hate the Scottish, I fucking hate the Welsh. I love all of them.
Oh no, sorry, it's not for you, Yestin. Sorry, I put it in the wrong
incorrectly
column.
belled and got the dog excited.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Emmy dog.
Oh no,
That
who
was
was
me
it for?
being too. I put it in the wrong column, so there isn't a bell.
Oh dear.
I'm very sorry.
Did you burn your black dice? Nah, dice is dice, and it's part of the fun. I was feeling bad for the ones you got. Yeah, it's part of the dice. It's part of the game. I love it. I'm here for it. But thank you, Yestin. Yeah, we're up to 82 now, you wonderful humans. So you've got basically the period of a loose fact to smash out 18. There's 127 of you watching, so it's possible. We've got over 100 likes. We're £10 away from £100 in super chats, but we are 18 members away. With a collective team effort and the watching tax, we can do that, right? What's the thing we're allowed to do? Watching tax.
Yeah.
Audio tax, because you listened as well. Who the heck hates the Welsh? Honestly, I've heard it from people. I've heard people go, oh, fuck, I hate the Welsh. Oh, I fucking hate the Scots. Like, what are you talking about? They're the best people. Thank you so much, Piewalker, for 10 gifted memberships. See? Teamwork, chat, see?
The only thing I really struggle with the Scots is the accent, because
I love it. I love it.
they talk so quickly.
It's like but you love a regional accent. It's like the ultimate in regional accent.
Yeah, definitely. I love a regional accent. It's such a an identity card I know exactly where you are in the country. So, and then I feel like then there's information that you can kind of find in common. Things like the weather or the landscape. Instantly connect with somebody based on accent. I love it, but the Scottish one, I struggle with it so much.
I think the Welsh accent might be one of my favourite accents in the world.
I find Welsh.
It's bouncy and happy and lovely and warming.
I find Welsh men just seem to have a really calming tone.
I love it. I fucking love it. I do. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, Piewalker, sorry, for the 10 gifted memberships. You're an absolute legend. We've got 8 to go now and £10 in super chat. So if one of you does a £10 super chat and 8 of you do 1 gifted membership, we'll nail it. We'll have the 100. And then I'll get to go to bed happy and Luce won't beat me. It's important. I shaved the hair because she'd pulled chunks out.
Stop it.
Time for Loose Fact!
Bats turn left when leaving the cave.
Ah, bollocks! Fuck off!
They counted every single one that
There's
flew
no
out.
way! That's nonsense!
Yes, they did.
Nah.
Yes, they did.
Nah.
They all turned left.
Nonsense.
Yep, they did.
There's no fucking bat superhighway coming out the cave.
Yep, and it turns left.
Absolute
So,
nonsense.
If you're going to discover Batman's cave, you need to stand on the right, because he's going to drive out or fly out going left.
I think that's probably wrong.
No, it's in the book.
I think. Which book? Show me the book. Definite bollocks. Big Bad Peter Gaming, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. You're a legend. Big Bad Peter Gaming did his part, chat. Are you going to do your part? Gaz, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. Gaz did his part, chat. You going to do your part? Go on, chat. Only British bats. Yeah, Americans come out on the right-hand side. People aren't entirely sure about this one, Luce. Depends on the species. Otherwise, they'd crash into those returning. Lord of Cinder, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. It's happening. It could happen. It could happen. It's a thing.
Anything could happen.
Thank you so much, Lord of Cinder. We've got 5 to go. Right, anyway. You're amazing. Thank you. I love you. Morley Hammer,
Oh,
thank
wait,
you for the 1
no.
gifted.
John needs a ding.
Who?
John.
McCardle?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, John. I didn't catch it earlier. Here she comes.
Morley Hammer, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. You're a legend. We could have got 5 of them and just nailed it out, but I appreciate you anyway. I studied bats in the rainforest, and that seems silly, says Evan. We have an actual bat studier.
Oh, are you a batologist?
Soups. Looked it up, and it's bollocks. I love it. My favourite thing as well, Soups, is like I have literally no idea what these facts are until they come out of her fucking mouth. And I make a snap decision, and so often it's like, bullshit. Sounds like bullshit. Lord of Cinder! Thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, you wonderful, wonderful human being. We have hit Das target once again. The dog is currently... She's getting some fucking steps in right now. You people are amazing. We nearly hit all 3 hundies, which is insane. I love you. Thank you so much. We were so close, but I'm not going to complain too hard. Thank you so much for the 101 gifted, the 103 likes on the stream, and the 90 squids worth of super chats that you guys have sent in tonight. You're amazing people. And it is very helpful, and it is incredible, and the generosity is mad, and we love you all for it. I would love to see you all tomorrow literally waving all your members in Joe's face, because he's incredible.
I agree with Luce.
Oh.
Just found out Anthony Hopkins is Welsh. Such a nice voice, among other things.
Thank you so much for the 50 Romanian. Adrian, you wonderful human. So he's a wonderful human. He's back tomorrow. He has had a great time. I'm sure he's really keen to talk about it. I know he's really keen to play 40k. I just think he's in a cheerful place after this weekend away. I've had photos from him with like Adrian from Titans, and with Shane, who's Adrian's mate, and with Glacial Geek Phil, and with other people as well. So I think he's had a great time. We're going to give him the floor tomorrow at 13:30 to talk about that in the Liam and Joe show. Like I said, you're likely to see him playing a game in the evening as well against racist Adam. I just call him that now by default as well, by the way.
Why is
He's
that
not even
his
racist.
name? Why is that his
Because
name?
there were some things he was doing on a stream that were questionable, and he's not a racist individual, but he came across that way, so he's now just earned that nickname.
Dog tax. I'm not a biologist, but I know some shit.
And you paid you paid your dog tax. So thanks very much, Evan. You wonderful human. Cool. I think that's everything. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Anything
Best chat.
So it wasn't everything.
Best chat.
You are in fact the best chat by far. Absolutely best chat. Hopefully you'll come and listen to Joe entertain you with his stories of Americaland tomorrow at 13:30. If not, hopefully we'll see you in that show. But if not, we'll see you in the next one.